So we have two representatives here together with us from the team who is trying to make Polish LLM, trying to gather Polish data and trying to compute somewhere in Krakow, right? Or not? Maybe. It's classified where the servers are, as always. Let's have a round of applause and welcome the guys from Speakless. From Speakless. Introduce in details yourself.
Yeah,
you know it better than I in details.
for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, mic check. I believe we're okay. Hello to everyone on site. Hello to everyone on stream. We came from a open source project called Speakless in Polish. As this is a presentation about Polish LLM, we will use some Polish, so sorry for all English natives, but we'll try to follow with the translations. And just a warm welcome from us to all of you. My name is Paweł Kiszczak. I'm a data scientist and ML engineer in the Speakless project, and today I'm joined by Szymon.
Yeah, I'm also a data scientist and ML engineer in this project, and we will talk about funny and sometimes very interesting facts and rules.
Yeah, but before we start, we would like to share our agenda with you. So first and foremost, we'd like to introduce Speakless as a project, because I'm fully aware not all of you may know what we do and who we are. Then we will share our data pipeline, so all the sources, the corpus, the quality metrics, post-processing, everything related to this topic. Then we'll use the knowledge from data pipeline and the data we've gathered to train together first Polish-based 1 billion model LLM. And afterwards?
And afterwards, we will talk about some inferences we prepared for this topic and today for this speech. And after, we will talk about how to benchmark the Polish model using our tools, which are based on open source projects. And after that, we will have a little summary how this journey goes, and we'll show you something special.
Yeah. So to start up, what the heck is Speakless? As I said, so talking about Speakless, it's unfair not to mention our colleague, our captain, our sheriff, Sebastian Konradzki, who couldn't be here, of course, with us. And I hope you're watching us, not looking after your baby today, because there are more important things, remember. So about Speakless, we are the biggest Polish project who collect Polish data, raw textual data. And for today, we have over 1.1 terabyte of pure textual data. Some of you may know Project Oscar, who had about 150 gigs of Polish data in its corpus. So we made it 10 times. We've almost have 10 times the data that Oscar had. But what is also a factor that put us through each and every one project? So versatility. Our data is not only crawled, we have also data from other more structurized sources like law documents, like medical documents, like transcriptions. And we'd like to tell about them in next slides. And also, it's not only data, we do have a big, vast set of metrics and metadata per document and per data set. So for example, if you are looking for a data set about cars that has qualities of this and that, using our dashboard, you can probably find what's needed and what's relevant to you, to your application. And regarding inspirations, we've been inspired by two projects. So technical-wise, it was the Pile project, which you may have heard about. It's based on Illuter AI company, the creators of GPT-NeoX. And organizational-wise, it's based on the Roots, so Bloom and the European Big Science project. So what's our mission and our goals? First and foremost, we started with 100% focus on data. So we developed tools in the area of data collection, filtering, and maintaining this data. What's more, we promote Polish community and Polish AI open community, because openness is the key word for us. And we try to cooperate on each event possible. So kudos for having us here today. With all the AI communities, developer communities, we'd like everyone to know about Speaklish and use it. But without easy access, the data is unusable. Therefore, one of our colleagues created a PyPy package, which you can access by using short pip install Speaklish. And by this and few lines of code, you get access to our 1 terabyte of data instantly. What's more, if you start to use Speaklish, you need to know how to use it. It's easy, of course, but if you have some caveats, would you like to explore more, or something that's not as easy as we thought it was, there's a high level of documentation provided, so you can use the documentation and hopefully it answers your questions. If not, we're always happy to help you on our Discord. What's more, we listen to the community like very, very, very clearly. If you have some ideas, some inspirations, some things you've built based on our data, share it with us. We'll help you. We will help you. You will help us. And it's also a part of project branding. So, and due to this, one of our colleagues, which we will talk about in a second, joined us, and yeah, he's made some great things. So, why Polish LLM when there's ChatGPT and it answers in Polish? Yeah. First and foremost, we'd like to support our Polish community of researchers and Polish companies, because having an open model with open license would help them to overcome obstacles, which for today are hardware and money and electricity bills. And having this created would make them more capable of conquering the industry. You probably know, but the biggest models created that are being used and talked about today, like Llama, like Falcon, like ChatGPT, use Polish language, of course, but these are only small percentages. So as I mentioned, Llama used only 1/10 of whole training data in Polish, and Falcon used about 4%, but it's still not enough to capture all the essence and intricacies of Polish language, which is considered like one of the most complex in the world. Let's be honest, all Polish natives. Yeah, it's not easy to use it. And as you know, as I said, ChatGPT can answer in Polish, but it may be clunky, sometimes not correct, sometimes it looks very unnatural. Therefore, we thought that it's way better to get and create a model in Polish language that will be trained on Polish data. And to sum up this part of presentation about importance, AI is and probably will end up as the big next industrial revolution after steam, after electricity. And it's the first time that Poland is a legitimate country on the map. We are, as a country, here, and we can make some impact, because I believe lots of people in OpenAI are Polish people, founders are Polish. So we have the potential, we just need to make it work. Also, we'd like to open source the LLMs for everyone, because we think this technology is so groundbreaking that everyone should be able and should have its model to use it on a daily basis as an assistant, as a email writer, whatever the needs. And also data transparency, which we will also touch upon in a moment, is a very crucial topic, especially in when the AI Act is just around the corner, as you may be aware of or not. So yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk a little about our data pipeline. So first of all, as Paweł said, we need sources of data, a lot of them, PDFs, transcriptions, more and more, never enough. As we gather them, we need to create some data extractors, like scrappers, like transcriptions engines like OCRs models and so on. And we have dedicated tools for that, like scrappers for selected forums engines and so on. When we have those data, we need to process them. And we have to specify the exact same benchmark / importance of selected characters, selected sentences, and so on. So we have a post-processor which do it for every single data set we have in our collection server. Yeah. So as Paweł said, pip install Speaklash, and you have all the data, all the metadata for them, and all of them are you can see on dashboard, and you can select which part of data set, for example, like about banking, about cars, you wanna choose, you wanna have. You go on the dashboard, you select few buttons and have dedicated datasets for this. And as we have all the data, we can use it for training, research, and instruction creation, which is a new topic in our Speaklash community. And for now, we gathered about 1.5
million
instructions based on ideas, on data sets, and about other projects from data community.
Yeah, and about data pipelines. So we've touched how it looks like in a big picture. Now let's go through it step by step. Regarding sources and approach, on the right-hand side, first of all, you can see the plot, and there should be by source, not but by category. And if you, I don't know if it's readable, I believe it is. As you can see, the main source of the data we collected is the internet, so the websites, but the second biggest is forums. And we started with lazy crawling methods like JustText. So you just put up a link, go through a framework, and it just returns you some text from the website. But it can collect boilerplate. It needs to be parameterized per domain, per article even. So when we saw that we started to create and collect rubbish, we switched to targeted crawlers. And when targeted crawlers became a thing in the project, we thought, why couldn't we get all the discussion forums, which were a thing like 10, 12, 15 years ago? Now it's all like, who of you uses a forum, discussion forum, not Facebook group, not LinkedIn group? None, as I thought. But if you look up at them, they are still alive and well. There are people using those. And thanks to those people, we gathered over 100 gigs of the forum discussions, and we have created the dedicated crawlers per forum engine. It's like, I believe, 4 or 5 engines, and per engine we can like collect all the data, all the discussion from the forum. Also, forums are a thing, but the third in line is the low. So we have low and court records. We have medical drug leaflets, which are not that popular. We have subtitles from movies and comedies and so on. We have lyrics from music. We have subtitles from anime and manga. So yeah, it's just a tip of an iceberg. And just 1 terabyte of data, we've got it without common crawl. We didn't use it to get to 1 TB milestone, but now, as we don't have any much sources to look from, we think that common crawl now can be a thing we'd like to explore a bit more. And what's coming next is, as Szymon mentioned, we'd like to run full-scale transcriptions and advanced OCRs. For example, we have some newspapers from 1920 in Polish, so these are really awesome. But yeah, we got the data, and what then? You just can't push it to the model and then expect it to work. So we could generate endless metrics to describe text, like dozens and dozens and dozens of values, but it could overwhelm, it could stun a potential user. So we went with a very basic concept. We've used basic spacey metrics with ones with metrics we've thought could be very useful for either us or potential users. So there are things like gunning fog, camel case counter, or lexical density. And of course, if some advanced users want some other metrics, you are free to go with stylometrics, for example, from Polish Institute of PAN in Polish. And if you are unsure if the metrics are good or not, they've been developed by our linguist on the team. So it's someone with PhD who looked through it, comprised it, and made it work. And what's important also, and we brag about it, each and every document is classified based on its metrics as either low, medium, or high quality. And everything what I've said about what is related to the data sources and the quality is being stored in metadata. So yeah, thank you, the pile again. And it turned out to be future-proofing with AI Act behind the corner. And about post-processing, so the last step. The pipeline is very, very simple. We've worked on it a fair bit of time, but it turned out to be very, very easy, as you can see. So we check the length of the document, because we don't want like 3 or 4 words to be a document. We remove duplicates, of course, for model not to be biased in a certain way. We analyze the documents using the spacey model to quantify metrics and to create them. Then we categorize each document. For now, we have over 110 categories. I believe for now it's 117 or 18. And as you can see on the left-hand side, sorry for the Polish, but there are categories from one of the data set. I believe it's forum visage.pl. You may know it. Yeah, so it's mostly about beauty. Then we have health. Then we have diet. Then we have astrology, fashion, universities, and so on and so on. But yeah, we have all the data. So we are basically ready for training the model, yeah? Are we? Basically, yeah, basically we are. I've talked about data cleaning, but the clean we've did earlier is not enough for training a LLM model. Then we also run a
speaker on the journey to the Polish-based LLM, and we clean those data, and then when we cleaned those data, we need to see if that helps or not for text quality, and some text from low are the high on the quality metric. And because of pagination of cookie policy, sometimes many cookies policies, and so on. So the colleagues from the project have created a model that states whether the given document is good or bad for LLM. And this is the quality AI in our metadata. And we clean all our data, like more than terabyte of data. And this is 120 billion documents. So yeah, this is high value documents which are good to train a Polish LLM. But as we speak, sometimes is important too, the duplication. As we gathered all the documents, sometimes in each data set, in sometimes many data sets, we have duplications. So as you may know or not, if you feed that every single model with the same data, it will be biased on this data. So we need to deduplicate this, and we prepare a pipeline using min-hash LSH, locality sensitive hashing index, and as you can see, 120 billion documents. For each document has to be a min-hash, so this is a lot, and we need to store them and index them. So we thought that this will be an easy step, but 120 billion min-hashes is a lot. Like, if you think of terabytes, I go through the 40 data sets, no, not 40% of data sets, and I got already like 700 gigabytes of RAM. And that was really an important lesson for us. Yeah, so next step, tokenization. As you may have, the different LLM uses different tokenizer for Mistral, for Llama, for our first model. It is different. Our colleague built a tokenizer for model, and it is very different from Mistral got. So for this is on the right the same example, and this example for Mistral tokenizer is 324 as I see, and our tokenizer is 170 tokens. So this is a bit huge gap, like 2 times of tokens, and we talk a little bit about it, and seniors AI developers from our project sit down and prepare some alpha version of our first tokenizer based on our more than 1 terabyte data. And this is why. This is from Andrew Karpati, let's build the GPT tokenizer. Why? To quote a classic, why can't LLMs spell words? Tokenization. Why what is the real root of suffering? Tokenization. Yeah, I highly recommend watching and seeing how the well-built tokenizer affect LLM performance.
Yeah.
Very short, right? It's about 2 hours. Or
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a bit over 2 hours, but it's like really dense, as Andrew always does. Yeah, it's all hands-on, step by step. It's great. I highly recommend to everyone to watch it. Even if you are not into tokenized LLMs, it's worth watching just for Andre, basically.
Quick comment on tokenization. If you're working with languages like Hindi or any languages from that part of the region, you're so much in deep shit. Because if you think about that, the word computer, for example, in English is, I think, either 1 or 2 tokens.
Well, depends. But yeah,
Depends
can be
on
1,
the
can be
language.
2. Depends on the approach.
In Hindi, it's 13. So if you think about that type of conversation, it's very, very different. Using current algorithms from GPTs.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It's pain in the ass, basically.
Yeah, it is.
Um.
Arabic is the same.
Okay, coming back to Polish LLM. No problem, Michał. We got the data, we've tokenized it. Now we have to prepare it for the training and run the training itself. And this could seem an easy step for some of you, but it's not. As you can see on the plots, on the left one we see what's the output, so that the loss curve, when the data is put up to the model sequentially, it's not being packed. And on the right side, we see data being shuffled and packed. What's the difference? When we shuffle the data and we pack it, we can first of all order it by the length of the prompt, and then due to this we can get out of memory errors as soon as possible, basically, and they don't turn up in the 80% of training, because then it's a problem if you didn't do any callbacks or you cannot go back. And as you can see, this plot, the left one is from the test, the right one is from the training itself. It's from our model, which has been released a month ago, I believe, beginning of 2024. It's called APT1B base and APT1B instruct, and we want to go through it a bit. So how did we do it? It took one Llama B architecture. It took one consumer-grade RTX 4090 GPU.
Only one.
Only one. One and only. One to rule them all. 44 days of training, non-stop.
Non-stop.
44 days. It went through 60 billion tokens, which comprises about 285 gigs of data, most of which was from Speaklish, and it's about 140 data sets, something like this. And it's not enough. Now it's complete.
$300 for...
And it's 1,400 zlotys in pure electricity bill for this training only. So yeah, it's been very interesting time for us when we were waiting those 44 days, and one of our colleagues was only saying, no, not yet. Week after, no, still not yet. 22 days remaining, and so on.
Finger crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed that there are no blackouts, no errors, no nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. The heating was off. He said heating was off. Depends on the house. And about our colleague, and from being here, we'd like to express our gratitude and being so fortunate to work with Krzysiek Ociepa. Please visit him on LinkedIn, check his Alamo framework. He's the author of this framework, and this is the framework which we base our training on. So it's like a tool similar to Hugging Face SFT Trainer or something like this. Please have a look, it's great. And the models we've created, so APT1B base and instruct version, so fine-tuned one, it's been fine-tuned on 2.5 million instructions. 2.5.
1.2.
No, 2.5. 1.2 of ours and 1.3 of his.
Yeah.
So 1.2 million instructions were Spieklish as an author, and 1.3 million were Krzysztof's. So yeah, thank you very much, Krzysztof. I know you are watching us. Big love from us. And now we have something. We have the model. We'd like to see how it performs. And we have some either memes or inferences. Depends. I don't know if is it readable, guys? Or yeah, and just as you can see, I have this one written here for a better visibility. And for all non-Polish natives, I will translate it. And sorry that I'm reading, but so the input text was, please write me a story about sausage and pineapple. And here's the story generated. Sausage and pineapple is a snack that children eat during school celebrations and parties. A salad of this fruit and salad dressing can also be a great addition to sweet baked goods and desserts. During one Christmas party at a friend's house, her daughter put a piece of pineapple in her mouth. She just couldn't swallow it, recounts the mother. She is not surprised that the girl reacted this way, yada, yada, yada. If you thought this one is a good one, look at this one. So the input text is, are chickens flat? And the translation goes like this. Chickens are flat if their height is between 75 and 100 millimeters. For large hens, it's about 60 millimeters. The height of the runway of the chicken is about 20 centimeters, and the bend lines are 30 centimeters. The tips of the ears and eyes have a diameter of 15 millimeters, while the tail length up to 15 centimeters is 10 to 35 millimeters. More birds also have a narrow jaw. It reaches a maximum of 34 millimeters in length. So yeah, rubbish, but a great meme. Don't spoil it. Wait a moment. We have something cooking for you, and just wait for it a bit. And there's a third inference. It's a bit more like not memeable that much.
More like blog.
Yeah. And we'd like to, we asked model to write a post on the blog about riding a bike in mountains. And that's how it goes. So the title is, it used to be hiking, now a trail for runners. Categories are Polska Biega and show. So like the show button, show more. And the text itself. More and more trails are being created around the Table Mountains for lovers and active recreation and bicycle tourism. The number of tourist runners is also growing every year. For example, in Szczawnica, this trend has also translated into the tourist activeness of the region. Although most of the trails in the Table Mountains lie wholly or partially within the Polish Sudets, yada, yada, yada. So as you can see, this answer, the generic text, as for 1B model, it's not that bad, basically. After short copywriting, it can be used somewhere, but it's still a 1B model. And now back to Szymon.
Yeah, so as we we can evaluate this meme or this very early Polish model in very different ways, but we don't have tools for Polish models. And our colleagues sit down and said, okay, we'll create something. And they go to Eluter AI LLM evaluation harness GitHub repository and create a Polish version for this 9 tasks, each task 2 variants. So there are 18 tasks. Models are benchmarked for 0-shot and 5-shot, and we used native Polish datasets like Claydic from Allegro or Polemo 2 from Clarin, and near future we will use a BAN-PL dataset from VCOP, and
Yeah, it's been created by NASC in cooperation with the Polish website wykop.pl.
yes,
Everyone knows it, I believe, in Poland.
Polka datasets, Poleval tasks, and so on and so on. Other Polish benchmark like Polish information retrieval benchmark, PIRB, is also available, but we didn't evaluate it as we speak. So yeah, we have OpenPL LLM leaderboard, and it's online, and you can go there, see which model is better or worse in each task, and we have like Mistral, Zephyr, OpenChat, the newest model, and True. And I don't know if you heard of True from.
It's the voice lab model, the fine-tuned llama.
Yeah. So model evaluation is based on 0 and 5 shot tasks, but some of the results may have changed since, because colleagues are still in this moment benchmark the whole models portfolio. So the best models from now for this benchmarks are Mistral, Zephyr, True, and OpenChat, and we have our 0.162 average. But if we use 2 epochs of our instructions, so 2.4 times 2, we have a little bit more from these tasks. And remember, benchmarking is very sometimes different from our use case on everyday learning about them, use them, and so on. If we put a different prompt for models, we have different output. So be careful, because sometimes Mistral can be a bit worse than Zephyr or True, but it can depends on what prompt you use when you benchmark it. So yeah, next benchmark, empty bench, PL. So our colleague, the Kaggle Grandmaster,
Yeah, 2 times Kaggle Grandmaster.
Remek, created this empty bench version in Polish. He translated all the questions, tasks, and so on, and put some models on his hardware, and he got some answers. And for LLM judge, he used GPT-4 in 2 rounds, and got a rating for other models, and put a little nice radar plot for today. And as you can see, models are not that bad compared to benchmarks from a leaderboard, and of course we don't even look at the bottom right corner.
Yeah, and so the colleague behind the pillar, hey you, he's not listening. You wanted some inferences, we will do so now. We have one unnamed, unreleased Speaklish model. We will like inference in 2 minutes or 3. We unfortunately cannot share all the details about it, all the volumetry and so on and training, because
but we will show.
yeah, we can
the
try
details.
to judge the number of parameters. All I can say, it fits nicely into the like current lineups from Llama or Falcon or something, and it's hosted on our friend server. It's deployed via Gradio, and we will connect to it in a moment, just after the presentation. So stay tuned. And yeah, about a small summary about what we've said today. So please.
Yeah. So we talk about data pipelines, and from now on, you can go just on dashboard or use a Python package, Speaklish, and see what we got from what source and how the data sets are good or bad for LLM. We talk about how to train the model from scratch and get great means, of course, and how to credibly measure what has been done and how it performs against the other models.
Yeah, and in a moment you will be the first ones here live in Warsaw and live on stream. Our first unnamed, unreleased Speaklish LLM. And last but not least, I hope you know who we are, what we do, what's our mission, and why everyone says we are so cool, or we are not. Depends on your opinion. If there are any questions, please store them to Magdalena. Yeah, she takes care of it, and we will answer all of your questions either here or a bit later after the presentation. Yeah, so I believe it's a good moment to
ask
some questions, and we will just reload. Yeah, please.
You got?
Okay. Can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So thanks for the presentation. It was great. Like that Polish LLM is actually, and Polish data set is really important. Right? So my question is, in this model that you showed us, do you have only Polish data there, or there's a mixture?
Only Polish.
Okay.
Of course, if there is some like English part of data in the site, we put it through. But it's a small, I believe.
So
as we speak a little, we use one prompt in, I guess, French or
yeah, it was in French.
Yeah, and it's nearly perfect native. So yeah, it's about Polish corpus, and we cleaned it as we can, but
so the Polish and of course most of the data created in internet is English, yeah, and a lot of words used in today industry and AI technology is still English based. We don't have a Polish word for it, and yeah, so there will be some English insights or other languages, but I'd say it's like really smart, not even percentage, but maybe percentile.
Okay. Okay, and if I will ask it in English, will it answer, or
we can try? So is it on stream now? Is it good, visible? Yeah, great. And we got some models for you guys, 6 models. So we have APT3 1B instruct, so the one from the presentation. We have Speaklish Mistral PL, which is Mistral with merged tokenizer, so it's Polish-English tokenizer, and it's been fine-tuned. We have small, medium instruct, and large instruct model from Speaklish. Which one would you like to see first, and who would like to give the prompt? So maybe the meme creator for now. And what was the question before? Is Earth flat? Sorry for Polish, but we will translate.
is Earth flat? That's the question. That's the ultimate question.
Oh, can it be a bit bigger? So, you know what? The flatness of the Earth is a result of time and space continuum, which goes through the middle of the Earth. On the other side, the curvature leads to Earth's round motion, and the curvature to perpendicular move. It's basically nuts, yeah? Yeah, maybe we can do the same with a medium model. We'll see the answer. It's not so sure now. For now, we can say it is. For sure, some of the scientists say that our planetary system could have been habitated in the past with some live organisms, said Mr. Paweł Kiszczak from somewhere in Wrocław. Not that best, yeah.
Maybe the temperature is too high.
It's good. We're not sweating. But let's look for the biggest, the cannon. I believe it will suck. Look at this. Still meme creator. So Earth doesn't have a round shape, a ball shape, because its surface is being left for UV light to be actuated on it. Due to this, the sun would have been closer to Earth. That's here, look. That's why Earth, it's not a ball-shaped. It's circular, ellipsoid, whatever in English it's called. So yeah, this one here is quite good. So we can see how the same prompt did created different outputs depending on the model's size.
Yeah. Other questions?
Or other prompts. We are free to try. Excuse me?
Is climate change
Take off your
real?
hats. We'll start. Okay. We will go it in a moment because you've had one question. One of your, yeah, here.
Create a forum about AI developers.
Yeah.
Create a poem.
Yeah, we'll
about
go for the biggest one.
developers of AI
It
from
hasn't seen
Warsaw.
any poetry, but developers AI from Warsaw, AI in the hands of developers. Not much of a poem, but it knows what Warsaw is, and it's very good. But a lot of different constructions. Yeah. The model is Paso, so yeah. And is climate change real? Yeah. So the climate change is a natural occurrence that happens in 100 or even 1,000 years of scale. It's being caused by the circular move of Earth, which is connected to the different levels of sun energy, which comes to Earth and acts for the climate. And these are named cycles of Milankovitch. So it's correct? 2-0? So 2-0 in the biggest photomaker's model? Round of applause for the model. Okay, any other questions? We can share it for now.
Yeah.
but it's a lot of GPUs.
Magda, maybe.
Oh,
2 times 7.
we used instructions for this.
Ah,
Oh. Yeah, we created a test for that.
no typos? We'll see. Or maybe let's do it then.
That's a correct answer.
Still no. Still no. But maybe.
It's different every single time, right?
Yeah.
Using the language models to calculate numbers.
No, it sucks. Reduce the temperature.
It's not loud.
Nah. So maybe something from the stream, because. Other questions from the stream?
Yes, there are plenty of questions, and questions mostly are related with equality, right? And the question is, who is responsible for checking the quality of the inputs? And because let's say you showed us that mostly the LLMs are fed by the internet, and maybe we simply saw the results. Is there anyone who check the quality? What is coming from the internet? I mean, there are.
I know what you mean. So we have a linguist on team, as I said, and we assess quality of our documents based on the metrics we showed. So mostly it's spacing metrics, and also metrics like gunning fog, lexical density, and so on, so on. We have like 20 of those for now, or even a bit more. You can check them on our speakly/dashboard website. And based on those, we get some basic ifs in code. So if something and something and something, then the quality is low, medium, or high. Because based on the ratio of nouns, of pronouns, and so on, all this linguistic magic, which we don't know, and our colleague does, it's possible to assess with good probability that text with those ratios and numbers is good, and this one is not.
Okay,
So,
but this is from the technical perspective,
yeah,
from the linguistical perspective.
Yeah.
But what about the sense, the matter of inputs? We cannot be experts in everything. For example, I don't not so much about physics.
About that for from other sides for hazard content and so on, we got a special model to clean this. And if some hazard content are in our data sets, we try to keep as
safe
as possible. But yeah, there
can be some occurrences.
But sometimes we just check for the model about the content. But if you go and download some of the data sets, yeah, there are. We are trying not to clean them, because we as much as we should, but we believe that people using them are not that bad as we think, and not use them for wrong reasons. And yeah, for hazard model, for this model we used a model that clean.
Questions if it's possible to join your community.
Yeah. It's possible, of course it is, but
If there were more people, they will be able to
Yeah, but I need to know.
Yeah, on our Discord for now is like 200 people.
220 even, I'd say.
Yeah, so we have active like 30, 40 people already. Like active, I mean, if you type something and you ask a question, there are like 5 or 10 people who would like to talk about the topic as you started. So
It's not possible. Yeah, let me just present something else. Dashboard for fast. As you can see here, you can find all our socials. So we are on LinkedIn, on X Twitter, and we have a Discord server. Where is it? Should be somewhere here. Yeah, community and contact. Yeah, here's our Discord server for now. As you can see, there are 45 members online. I believe half of them is watching us now. So you can see Chris, the creator, lots of people here. So just go through our website, join our Discord. There are separate channels for each and every pipeline of the discussion of the workflow. There are lots of members, lots of active people. So we are more than happy to invite you there and just come in, say hi. Maybe you will stay for a bit more, like in McDonald's. Any other questions, please?
Thank you, Paweł. Thank you, Szymon. Let's have a round of applause for gentlemen who are brave to train model on Polish datasets. You know, maybe, I don't want to say bad words, but shit in, shit out. So we need to write more interesting things in the internet so they can later on have better model. It's not the other way around that they will make magic out of it. That's, of course, a joke because there's plenty of valuable materials inside.